And he's like, oh, we're G7. We're fine. I was like, okay, cool. We get in the taxi and we're going like 5 minutes away. And we're like 5 feet away in the thing. We're getting pushed around and people are going crazy. And we're 5 minutes away from the train station. And the guy's talking to us. And I'm like, hey, so I don't see anything in here that says you're like a G7 or whatever that cab is. And the guy's like, oh, I'm not. And we were like, oh, we were like scared to death. We had our like really, really young daughter with us at the time. And I remember being like, oh my God, is this even safe? And so I pulled up Google Maps and I'm like, routing it to the hotel. And thankfully we were fine. But the guy who set up the taxi is the one who charges you. And apparently they like double charge you. So it's not that it was like dangerous. It was that they're going to like try to take advantage of you because you're a tourist and you don't know how much money is and all that stuff. And I will say, as my last note before we actually hop into our training today, I will say that the euro makes it really hard not to overspend when you're out in Europe. So we took a trip last year that was, we flew into, that was Amsterdam. Yeah, that was Amsterdam, Paris. No, this wasn't last year. It was Ireland last year. Ireland, then we flew to Switzerland, drove to Burgundy, flew down to the south of Italy, came back up, stayed in Switzerland, and then we flew home from Switzerland. And it's crazy because the euro when we were there was like $1.60 to the dollar, right? So it was like $1.60 for every euro. And so you change your money in and you get these little fake Monopoly bills and you're like, I don't know, whatever. Okay. And it's like you're giving somebody €5, but you don't realize that's like $9. And so it's like 20 euros. You're like, okay, no problem. A $20 bill. But you're like, oh, really? That's like $36 or something crazy. That was really hard. And the coins you guys have to carry out there, man, the coins that you've got to carry out in Europe is absolutely mind numbing. Okay. So let's get back to it. Let's pick up where we left off yesterday. Okay. Yesterday, we left off by talking about getting this ad going. So let's just kind of review because it's obviously it's been 4 days. And this can be a lot for somebody to digest. And obviously you can go back and watch the replays, but I want you guys to understand the whole process that we're taking here is applicable to everything that you could do in your business. Can I just get a yes for everybody who understands that what we're showing you to do, you can apply to your own business. You can apply to someone else's business. You can apply to an affiliate business, because what we're doing is standard process for generating a sale online. We are creating things that bring people into our realm, right? And then from there, we are figuring out how we can distribute messages to them that get them to take action on buying something, whether that's our product or it's somebody else's. And that's an important thing. So if you are looking for replays, make sure you're in our Chatmatic group. I posted all the replays in there, or you can go to my YouTube channel at the Travis Stevenson. All the replays are there as well. So now that we've day 1, 2, and 3, we've set up a couple of workflows. You kind of get the gist of some of the things you can do in Chatmatic. We haven't even gone into some of the like in-depth Chatmatic features, which we might actually have a little bit of time for today. But what we're doing is we're building this machine. And I have a really, really big suggestion for a lot of you guys. And that is, I want you to get the machine rolling before you have all the pieces in place, because I feel like what that does is, number one, it helps you take action. Number two, it helps light the fire under you to be like, oh man, I got to get this going. Great example is over 2 years ago, I had Trent from our team. I had him start promoting Chatmatic as an affiliate, doing nothing but running a very basic Facebook ad to a lead magnet, re-promoting them over to our $149 a month at the time offer. And he was running it for like 3 or 4 days, didn't get any sales at like $20, but he was generating subscribers. Then I said, okay, now here's what I want you to do. Because now, like, he didn't have all the pieces together in the beginning. Now I'm like, all right, let's do a retargeting ad. Everybody who came into your bot, let's do a specific ad to them that goes back to the offer, because now they're deeper down that path. And we got to think about the funnel, right? So especially if we're starting with cold Facebook ads, or we're starting with cold audiences on Facebook that don't really know us, we do have to have, for the best of our ability, this cycle, right? First cold ad, hey, come into my world, get my lead magnet, go, and then go check out this thing, right? So that's our first move, whether that's free content, whether that's an ad, whatever it is. Hey, here's this thing. I want to be able to hook you up. Then after that, once you've created a little bit of an audience, now we're retargeting to those people that are in our net, right? In our net, meaning they opted in for our lead magnet or whatever it is. And we know how to set that audience up because on day one, I showed you how you can create an audience of everybody who sent a message to your page. Give me a 1 if you remember when I said that. Some of you guys weren't here for that. You missed out. But you can create an audience of people who've messaged your page or engaged with your fan page in any way. And so this is a really important piece for all of you guys to understand. So many people are going to say, Travis, when I start working with a client, where do I start? Can I get a 5 for anybody who's had that thought? Travis, if I start working with clients, what's my first thing I'm going to do? What's am I supposed to, how do I get these clients going? What's the best way to get results? If you are thinking that way, it's because, number one, you haven't seen my reverse funnel rollout. But number two, it's because you don't understand that the number one thing that we are concerned with is audience, okay? If the number one thing we're concerned with is audience, then the number one thing I'm going to do when I look at a client is what audiences do you have? Oh, you've got email. Okay, cool. Okay, now I know I can send an email to your list, bringing them into an m.me link. That m.me link might offer them some free contest. Okay, cool. Now we're entering them in for a contest. I know that at the end of a contest, I can promote them to go buy your stuff. So we'll get some sales out of that, but we're also getting messenger subscribers. Are you generating sales right now? Okay, you are. Great. So now a buyer thank you ad, that's going to get all of your buyers sent into messenger, and then we're going to get them to make sales. Oh, you've got an Instagram. We can do an Instagram swipe up. The more you understand about the channels that are out there, and the more you understand about how to get people into messenger, AKA why you should read the 60-page book I gave you, the easier it's going to be to walk into any business. Guys, I could walk into any business right now and be like, hey, what do you need? What do you do? So let's take, for example, right? Let's take, for example, I go on Google, right? I'm looking at a client. I go on Google and I look for movers, right? And I see the first person has an ad. So I click on their ad, I go to their Facebook page, and I see they're not doing Facebook ads. Let's just say, for instance, instead of me going to them, let's say that they came to me, right? They came to me and they said, hey, I'm looking for somebody to help me get leads. What I would do is I would ask them, are you advertising right now? Well, yes, I am. I'm advertising on Google. Okay, how much are you spending? How much traffic are you getting? Okay, you don't know that? That's a problem. So number one, I'm going to help them figure that out. Let's get the Facebook pixel on your website, right? It's all about audience. Do you guys have an email? Do you have an email account? Do you guys send emails? How often are you sending emails? Okay, what are those emails containing? Are you using our 3x3 structure? No? Oh, man. Well, okay, I can get you set up on a 3x3 structure. You don't even have to be a good salesperson because guess what you can do? You can use our 3x3 and our contrarian copy method, which I'm going to show you guys here in a minute. But so when I walk into any company, the first thing I want to do is utilize their existing audiences. This, my friends, is why there are thousands to be made running an agency. Because let's say, for instance, I want to work with an e-commerce store that makes, let's go with women's apparel, right? I've done that before. So I start talking to them. I don't have to open the store. I don't have to get 1 million followers on Instagram and start sharing stuff. I don't have to build an email list. I don't have to advertise on Facebook. I don't have to do any of it. I come into them and I say, okay, let's look at every business as like a colander, right? Like a strainer where you put pasta in. Every single business has holes in it. My business included. You're looking at it. I have holes in my business that Messenger can plug. I just haven't had the time to put those in place. Okay. Great example for you guys. I don't have it here, but whenever we sell our $4.99 unlimited, we offer people the option to get replays to our last Chatmatic Pro Academy for $4.99. If I really wanted to make more, I could have an ad that goes to everybody who buys the first $4.99, but not the second one. And that ad would say, hey, thank you so much for joining Chatmatic. You're going to absolutely love the unlimited account, but I know that sometimes some of you are in a rush to get in, and so you ignore things. I'm going to give you 24 hours to check out this one-time offer to get our $8,000 coaching program replays for less money than you probably spend on coffee in a month. All you've got to do, click below. I'll take you into Messenger. I'll explain more details, yada, yada. Do me a favor and just give me a 1. If you're positive, I'd probably make more money. Right? I would make more money doing that. That's what you do for every business, regardless of whether or not you think they are the best business on the planet. Oh man, Sony couldn't use my help. Oh man, GoPro couldn't use my help. GoPro, I've done elaborate and extensive reviews of GoPro, GoPro.com. Some of their coming soon announcements suck because they're not using Messenger. Some of their advertising campaigns suck because they're not using Messenger. So if we think about that, then let me ask you guys a question. Give me a yes if you understand every business likely could use and benefit from your help because you understand the entry points. And if you evaluate what they're doing, what you're also doing is evaluating what they're not. So, okay, hey, Mr. E-commerce store, great. Are you doing a buyer thank you? So what are you spending on ads? Okay, you're spending that much. Where are those ads going? Okay, Google, great. Okay, so you have an email list? Awesome. You have an Instagram? Great. You have a Facebook page? This is awesome. On the surface, some of you guys are going to say, well, Travis, it sounds like they don't even need me, right? I would love to know. Put a 5 if you feel like they're already doing all this stuff. What do they even need? Now, what I do on the reverse of that is I say, you're doing all this stuff. You guys are killing it. You guys are making $50,000 a month. Imagine if I come in knowing what I know about how profitable Messenger is, and I build real relationships with those subscribers. I'm going to send an email to your list through an m.me link that welcomes them to a contest. I'm also going to publish this contest on your Facebook page, and I'm going to get a bunch of commenters, and whenever they comment, they're going to enroll in the contest. I'm also going to do an Instagram swipe up so that when they swipe up, it sends them to an m.me link that welcomes them to the contest. I'm also going to post on, your friggin' whatever social medias that we're doing this, right? If you learn the platforms, you learn Messenger entry points. And then when you're working with clients, you decide, what do you have? Now, you and I are sitting here talking about affiliate marketing before I went on that rant. And so I want to describe to you guys, when you're starting your affiliate marketing business, a lot of you don't have any of those things. But do me a huge favor right now and listen. I want you guys to acknowledge something. If you had a business that was doing 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 a month, you likely have these other assets, right? We can absolutely make people more money by doing the things that they don't have time to learn are possible. They don't have time to act on. I get this question all the time, and I want you guys to understand this. I get asked all the time, Travis, what's going to stop people from just going and getting Chatmatic themselves? You guys have been here for a total of about 8 hours after today. Do you think the guy who runs the store that sells these things online, do you think he wants to spend 8 hours learning one technique that he doesn't know he needs right now? No. But what that guy does want to do, what he does want to do is he wants to find somebody, you know what, Messenger does sound important. I would like to sell more of these. Come on board. Help me sell them. Right? That's the idea that you guys need to understand is if you get good at this for yourself, you start from scratch, you build for yourself. You're going to be building audiences from scratch, but think about the whole process. Every store has to start somewhere. Every store has to start from essentially ground zero. So my suggestion to you guys is let's get started, right? Best thing that you guys can do is run ads. It takes the least amount of effort. You can guaranteed get leads into your funnel. The downside is you will have to spend money to do this. But I assure you this, I was actually just talking today to my group of coaches who are going to be helping us run through our Pro Academy. I'll explain that later. But I was talking to them about I totally blanked on where I was going with this because I'm looking at my ad screen over here. But essentially you're going to have to start from scratch when you're building your affiliate business. You've got to build an audience, and you're going to have to end up paying for ads, right? But maybe it's $20 a day, maybe it's $25 a day. But what I was going to say is with my coaches, we were talking about getting anybody who comes into Pro Academy. One of the things that I think is really important is finding out who their support group is and finding out if that person's support group really supports them in their move to start their online business. Because here's why I say that. If you start spending $20 a day on ads and it's not getting you anywhere for a month, your significant other, if they don't believe in what you're doing, are going to be like, you got to stop spending this money, because it can be a lot. That would be $600 in a month. And I get that. Not a lot of people have that. And, making room on credit cards, and it's tight during Christmas and all this stuff. I totally feel it. But if the significant other knows the potential of, I know, but I'm going to turn this $600 or $1,200, I'm going to turn this into $2,000 a month. I know I'm going to, because I've seen it happen. I've seen other people do it, and I know this is what I've been missing. If they believe in that just like you do, then they're going to be like, okay, we'll figure it out. We'll pull this, and we'll stop buying Starbucks, and we'll start doing this. And, we'll get a Costco card so that we can get gas at Costco and save $1 a gallon. That's going to save us. If that's where you've got to go to save money to pay for ads, okay. Somebody else, Travis, I don't have any money for ads. Okay, well, then you're going to have to work more hours to get more attention, because you're not just going to get attention just because you want it. You're going to have to go out there and give. And that really does lead me to a really good point. So many of you need to understand that the first thing that you're going to have to do to get attention is give, not expect to get. It's like Christmas. It's supposed to be better to give things than it is to get them. You guys all want to make money, which means getting money from someone, but that's not going to happen if you are not giving them value, right? And Joseph said, what do we give? Dude, every single day I've talked about lead magnets. I'm not going to go into them today. I'm sure you will find out what we've done with that to draw people's attention in, right? Okay, so let's hop in real quick. I'm going to show you guys the ad that we didn't finish posting last time. Let's go ahead and make this a little bit bigger for you guys. Okay. So we already touched on the warm audience aspect of this, right? So we know who our audience is. This is going to be, for those of you guys who are just starting out in affiliate marketing, this is going to be any people who've watched any of your videos, people who have commented on your post, people who've engaged with your fan page, whatever audience you can possibly muster up to get, obviously to get some warm audience, the better. Again, if you don't have a warm audience, it's because you haven't built one yet, and you're going to have to go after cold audience, which means you're going to have to target interests that you think might be interested in whatever it is that you're selling. And again, we're basing all of this off of the digital marketing industry. So my ad, which you guys will see here in a moment, my ad is based on who I think would be interested in getting Chatmatic. So let's go back in this ad. You can see it's in review. I literally just published it right before we started, and I'm hoping it gets approved. Who knows? You can see there's a lot of copy in it. But I want to take you guys through and read the copy for you, because I think there's a lot of times that people would say, well, Travis, I want to know exactly what was said. So you can see I'm actually going to run this ad, but I want to talk to you guys about a couple of the things that I think are important. Not so important that you can't start without them. But so number one, looking at the way your ad is going to show in all of the feeds, mainly the Instagram feed and the Facebook news feed. If I click on this, I don't know why it's saying oops, but that's weird. Okay, maybe it's back now. You'll notice this is a big square. Perfect. Right? Thomas said, would PPE ads work to start an audience? I really don't like pay per engagement. You can run them, but you're better off doing a messenger ad either way. So, okay. So that you can see, like, you should look at what it looks like on all the feeds. If I wanted to crop it, you could make it horizontal. We don't want that. We want square. Now I could also go like this to pull that eye line, but I really want that mountain in the background. So mine's going to be exactly where it was before. But you do want to check on what it's going to look like in these placements. I will tell you this. I don't like the way that pictures show up in Instagram stories feed. Let me show you why. If I go to Instagram stories here, in the Instagram stories, all it's going to show is this, a picture of me with a learn more. It makes no sense because my copy is longer than 2,200 characters. There's no caption on the photo. So I can add primary text for this placement, right? Which means I might be able to like shorten this or whatever. I'll probably come back and disable stories because there's just no sense in it. But for now, I'm just going to leave it up. I'll probably come back and enter a different text for that section. But so let's talk about the text. The first thing I started with was my headline. I think you can actually go backwards and do the headline last. Don't try to overthink the headline because the headline usually does give you a little bit of anxiety because you're like, oh, they're definitely going to see this. I want this to be good. Do it at the end, usually. I did it at the beginning because I actually based it off of the contents we were talking about yesterday. So I actually made it. I'm using two headlines. So it's actually going to split test two different headlines for me right here. You can do that by hitting this add option button. This headline says why 2021 will be a record year for these business owners. The other one is how my business thrives while I travel the world working 4 hours a day. Okay. Now, what's also really cool, what I love is based on your previous history, you can actually click in here and go text suggestions, and it will give you suggestions of the headlines that have worked best for you in the past, right? So right here, I might actually use this one. All 3 days of training available for a limited time. That was apparently a good one for me in the past. So I'm going to use it again, and it makes sense with this ad. So those are some cool things you get when you start to run more ads. Let's read this long copy. First thing that you should note. Actually, I'm going to see if you guys catch it. Maybe you guys will get it. Long copy. It looks like the text is way too long. So Paula, you in this case would not be my ideal audience. Let me ask you a question. If you, in theory, don't really know what my business is, but you're not willing to read a text that actually matters to you, there's a really good chance that you're not going to then go and watch a 4-hour-long training and that you're then going to opt to watch the next 4-hour-long training because you don't know me yet. And that's usually why too long of copy. That's actually one of the things I was going to mention to you guys is the length of copy dictates the quality of the person who's going to come through. Is it going to be more expensive? Sure. Do you maybe want to avoid that for, like starting out? Maybe, right? It very likely could be, but here's the other thing. In this ad, it's multi-purpose. Let me read it to you first and I'll see what you guys think. So it says 2020 will go down as the best year I've ever had in my business. That's really weird to say, and I don't mean to brag, but to set the stage to explain why. Most people think that in order to run a successful business, you need to open a store, get inventory, figure out Facebook ads, build websites, and the list of nonsensical tasks and busy work goes on and on. The truth is, and this is how it used to be, this is how it used to be. Now more than ever, consumers are turning to the internet, meaning there is more money being spent online than ever before by a wide margin. With all of that new spending comes new opportunities for new businesses to pop up, opportunities for new, probably want to get rid of that, for new advertisers to get into the game. Opportunities for people like you and me to help local businesses get online, opportunities for small businesses to transition away from their old belly-to-belly models. Call me optimistic, but 2020 has had its fair share of downer moments. I'll focus on the positive for now. See, I know this opportunity exists because I've had more clients ask me for help than ever before. I know this opportunity exists because I've had to turn away more business this year than ever before due to not having the desire to take on more work. Even while turning away opportunities, my company will have its best year yet. The two businesses that will have record years that I run are my business where I promote products. I don't mean promoting my own, I mean other businesses. And my agency business where I help other business owners get leads for their business. And this one is booming. If you're thinking doesn't change as to what is working now in the online space, then it will continue to be incredibly hard to build to start a business and get it profitable. Starting a store right now with millions of other store owners out there, just not for me. Starting a blog, YouTube channel, or any of this other crazy stuff requires a lot of content and on video time. But this isn't how it has to be. In an effort to show you and anyone willing to listen exactly what I do, I held a live training for 3 straight days. Now, you should note this training costs nothing, and I'll give you the link to all 3 days below. But in these 3 days, I cover the following: the basics, e-commerce and promotional marketing, running my 6-figure agency as a side hustle. I will warn you, these are real trainings where I cover between 6 to 12 different things in each session, and it's only available for 5 days. But again, it's free completely. You have to choose to continue going in the same direction, which may be in circles, or see what I'm doing to streamline the process through clear objectives, and I'll show you the exact campaigns I'm running, how I get traffic, and everything in between. Sandra, you are the winner. Pointed out that is that not identical to the contrarian copy method that I taught you guys 2 days ago, 3 days ago, right? It is exactly that. And I'll even show you guys. Ready? Contrarian copy says you start by getting attention. Somebody said my short answer to start might seem braggy. It might seem braggy, but it's going to get some attention, right? Some people who brag usually do get attention. It might start positive, it might start negative, but it can go to positive. So that is actually, in my opinion, a good attention grabber, even though it might come across as braggy or cocky. Then I went into the next section, which is acknowledgement. This is what most people think. Ready? Most people think. Then I go into aggravate, which is the truth. The truth is. Then I went into authority, which is here's why it's the truth. Ready? And I said, I know this opportunity exists because I have had to do it, right? Then we go into angst, the damage of believing the wrong way. If your thinking doesn't change as to what's working right now in the online space, you're going to have problems. Ambiguity, here's how we fixed it. But this isn't how it has to be. In an effort to show you and anyone willing to listen, exactly what I did. I'm holding a training, right? Then appeal, summary, which is this summary, and call to action right here. Boom, grab it. Give me a yes if you guys understand that that's exactly what I've been teaching this entire time. Somebody said, how can I brag if I don't have any results yet? I didn't say you had to brag, but you have to get some attention. Maybe you say 2021 is going to be my best year yet. Here's why. Right? And since you're promoting somebody else's business, my business, my training, you could easily change this thing for like, when I talk about how I said, I know this opportunity exists because I just attended all 3 days of this training, and it's absolutely amazing to see how much opportunity there really is out there. Right? So you can brag on the fact that and it's not even bragging. It's just discussing the potential. People aren't going to respond if they don't know the potential. And that's what we really want to do. Okay. Is really, you can use some of the stories that I've been able to share with you guys. So I'm going to publish that because I changed some of that text real quick. So that's the ad. It's going to go live, and that's literally everything. You know, it's really funny. I always get to day 4 in the 5-day challenge. I've done this one other time. And I get to day 4 and I think we could have it just be a 4-day challenge. I like day 5 because it gets to come back on Monday. We get to reiterate some things, see where you guys are going. And I do have a little bit more that I want to talk to you guys about. But in all reality, that would be the start to you being able to get things going in your affiliate business, right? And now all you got to do is just be patient. Let it continue to roll. Travis, it's been 7 days. I don't have a sale. That's going to happen, right? That's going to happen. One thing I will tell you guys, I'm not going to answer questions like what's the target audience for this copy, because I literally showed you everything I did to target the audience yesterday. So go back and rewatch that. If you haven't watched every single day leading up to now, a lot of your questions have already been answered. So if I don't answer a question, it's because I've already answered it. Okay. So now I want to discuss okay, let's lay the land again. Okay. As of this point, I have an ad going to an audience. It's going to spend $20 a day. When they click on that ad, it's going to send them into Messenger. When I send them into Messenger, it's going to ask them for their email address. What do I do with that email address? Right? The number one thing I want to do is I want to get that over into my email platform, which I'm using Kartra right now, get that over to my email platform and get an autoresponder series rolling so that I can send them one email right away, one email the next day, one email the next day. Continue to promote them through the 3-day challenge, right? So you guys have affiliate links to all of the different days. Okay, so if I go to my pages, you guys have an affiliate link to day 1, which is this day. So I'm going to promote them day 1 right away. Then you have an affiliate link to day 2, which is the second day of training. I'm going to also promote them over to that one. Then day 3. Day 3, we get to start using our other forms of copy. And now, I want to talk to you guys about the 4 pillars of every promotion that you guys need to understand. So do me a huge favor and type 4 pillars, because this is another really, really important thing that I do in every single one of my promotions. Every promotion has to go through these 4 pillars, and you will lose money if you are not doing these. I really, really want you guys to understand this. This should be a crux, like a standardized point in your entire business. There are 4 pillars to every single good promotion, especially as an affiliate and if you're running and promoting your own offers. The 4 pillars are as follows. Pillar number 1 is the lead in, giving people some expectation of what's to come, right? Let me just see if I need to change the colorizer on this because it's annoying me that everything looks... That actually kind of doesn't look so bad. All right. All right. So the lead in, this is when you get leads in, right? This is when you, like what I just put on Facebook ads. That's my lead in, right? That's just me getting leads into my, my messenger, my email, right? Do me a huge favor and put 1- the lead in. Pillar 1 is the lead in. You got to get leads. This is the intro to the whole thing. This is where everything starts. Too many people think they can skip this step and get right to the monetization. You can't. Pillar number 2 is the event. Okay? The event. Pillar number 2 is the event, meaning most promotions have like a moment where it starts. Okay? Let's think if you're promoting a webinar, the event is the webinar. If you're promoting my 3-day training, the event is the 3 days of training. Okay. If you're promoting just a random offer, the event is you getting them over to that offer. Hopefully they get some sort of urgency in that offer. I like doing things that expire, like for real expire, because that gives people a reason to jump in before it's too long. So now we've got the lead in, the event, then we've got what I call the replay. And I base this off of, the idea of promoting a webinar or some sort of training series. But the replay is, okay, you've seen the thing once. Now make sure you aren't missing it. Go back. And this is more so for you guys to understand, okay, let's say I get somebody into my funnel right now. I get somebody to opt into my messenger funnel. They give me their email. They click the link to go to day 1. They go to day 2. They go to day 3. Most 99% of you guys make one of the fatal mistakes in marketing in assuming that, well, they clicked the link to go to day 3. They must not want it. That's where retargeting comes in. That's where your email messages saying, hey, make sure you watched day 2. Make sure you watched day 3. Make sure you're checking out this information. That's the replay, making sure that they know it's important. Doing something once, letting somebody know something once is wasting the effort. You're hoping that on the first time they see this information, they're going to make a call, right? Now, that's the lead in. Then the most important section of all marketing promotions, the closeout. The closeout is massive. Okay. And yes, it's the lead in, the event, the replay, and the closeout. Let me explain the closeout. if you're promoting something and there's no end in sight, these people could buy this thing forever. What's my urgency to get in right now? I don't have any. So if I don't have any urgency, I better have a lot of demand, right? I better have a lot of demand. I like closeouts. I like threatening the end of it. And you can threaten the end of it with any promotion. Now, in Chatmatic, you'll notice our pages all have a countdown timer on them. So the way our 3-day promotion works is when somebody hits day 1, we tag them with day 1 live training. That tag will expire in 5 days. When that tag expires, they lose access to all 3 of the replay pages. So they've got to get through the entire training in the 5 days. That gives you a perfect schedule. Day 1 is day 1. Day 2, day 2, day 3, day 3, replay day 4, day 5, closeout. Right? That builds that funnel into your promo. Can I get a wow for everybody who just had their eyes open as to the importance of that structure? I'm going to really ingrain this in you guys right now too. If you don't spend time on the lead in, you won't have very many leads, so the entire promotion fails. Okay, can I get a 1 for everybody who understands? That's why most promotions fail. You don't spend enough time getting leads. Therefore, you don't have as many people going through your funnel. Therefore, you can't make as much money. Okay, you don't have a list to use in the future. So that's number 1. A lot of people fail because they don't get their list. Number 2, the event. Most people don't make as big of a deal. You think, well, I already told them that today was the day. You don't make a big deal about the event. The event's got to be good. The sales page got to be structured right? Most people only really think about the event. Well, I got to make my sales page. I got to do this. I got to do that. You can have a really bad event and sell a shitload if you do 1, 3, and 4 right, because the pillars prop up the whole house. Okay, the house has all the money in it. You can have 3 legs done really well, and that 4th leg won't tip the house over. Okay, so give me a 2 if you understand. One of the biggest mistakes that most people are making is they're putting way too much time and effort on the event. But if you do the lead in right and you build enough demand in the lead in, even not having a perfect sales page or your webinar is kind of faulty. I've had webinars that have done $100,000 in revenue, even when the webinar system itself has kicked me off the platform multiple times and we lost, recording and all this stuff. You do not have to have the perfect setup. Hold on. That's good. So 3, the replay. I think 70% of businesses screw this up. They don't do the replay. They don't like Black Friday. Good example is Black Friday. The lead in, you have a bunch of ads saying, hey, Black Friday's coming, Black Friday's coming, Black Friday's coming. Then you tell them, hey, Black Friday's here. This is the event. But then you don't send them a second email that same day saying, hey, Black Friday's here. Here's the event. Your assumption is everybody who cares opened my first email. Do me a favor and say guilty if you've been guilty of stuff like that in the past, where you just assume I sent one, I told them about one thing, right? I sent an email. I did the sponsored message. I told them that it was happening, but you didn't do anything to let them know. Again, here's the great thing. Let's say I'm checking my email right now. Watch this. I am literally in the middle of this broadcast. I am checking my email. Let's say there's something in here that's really important really important to me. I currently am a little busy. I don't exactly have time to go do that. Shut it down. Now that email gets lost in email hell, and I'm never going to see it again because I forgot and I'm on to 20 other different things. Or if you emailed me again later at night because the event is like a real thing, important, I'll see it again. Oh, right. Got it. Okay. That's why the third one is so important. Okay. Now the last one, the close, the most important. The close is the one that like 60, 70% of businesses don't do, and they're missing out on so much revenue. It's the most productive email you will ever send. It's the, look, We've spent 5 days covering all this great stuff. Okay. And we've got everything laid out for you. Here's the whole package. It expires in 12 hours. Big number of people will go and jump that. Then you send another email, 4 hours left, gone forever. Right? And now it's all this information that you just got. You can get the replays. You can get the unlimited package. You can get unlimited software access. You can get access to these 10 templates for free. All of it's gone in 4 hours. Don't say I didn't warn you. That's a really easy email to write. 70% of businesses aren't doing it. Now, let's go back to what we were talking about at the beginning of this webinar. Travis, what do I do for clients when I sign them up? Well, Mr. Client, do you send emails? Oh, you do? Okay. Do you ever do big promotions? Cool. Can I take a look at one of those series? Oh, it looks like you're only doing 2 out of the 4 pillars. I can set up the other 2 pillars for you, and we'll track all the revenue that comes from the emails that I make for you, and I'll get a cut of those. How about that? Okay, sure. So you mean Travis gets to write 4 emails for somebody who's already doing this, already has an email list, but listens to me run through a full promotion, and now I get to make 2,000 extra bucks. Are you guys seeing how easy this is? Give me a yes if you guys actually see, like, are visualizing now. You don't have to recreate the arc. It's just about finding the little holes in that person's business and plugging those holes. They appreciate it. And you're going to appreciate making money off of easy things. And the good thing is you sign a little proposal contract with them and you're good to go. And every month you read it. Hey, you know what? I think I can get a better subject line out of that. And all you do is you go into the system and you split test a new headline. Hey, we actually did get a 10% increase in open rates this month. And the system tells you that, right? The system tells you all of that. It's that simple for like running an agency. It's taking this skill. I really want to know, do you guys see why I get so jacked up about the potential of learning to do this yourself and then doing it for others and having this insane dual income business? Can I get a yes for everybody who like, you see that like this is a real thing. I'm not making this up. I'm laying everything out. And I'm just being dead honest because today, my man Dov, I don't know if all of you guys saw this or not. My man Dov posted in my Chatmatic group about one of his successes. Now, Dov's actually going to be one of our coaches in Pro Academy, but I want you guys to see this. If I can see it, where the heck did it go? Okay, it's got to be coming here somewhere. My man Dov posted a screenshot in Chatmatic talking about the $100,000 that he's made his client. And he even said in the thing, he just uses the method that I teach you guys in my reverse funnel rollout to get the client, and bam, nailed it. I don't know why it's not showing it to me, but that's a really freaking killer testimonial. So 100% you guys can do this. Yeah, people are saying they saw it, which is great. I genuinely believe that the best business that all of you guys can start, and I know for a fact, I don't care what country you're in, I don't care what area you're in, I know that you can help other businesses get leads. The key to that is you building your own confidence, and the key to that is doing it for yourself, which is why I like teaching 5-day challenge. And then we get into the real agency stuff, because then you actually get some of this hands-on training. And what's cool is most of this is automated. So while it's running, you start to build your agency. And not for nothing, that's why we do the 5-day challenge right before we release Pro Academy, so that everybody understands the potential to run an agency and to have an affiliate business is massive. And it requires very little overhead, very little work. And you already have the software to do all of it. And that to me is just like, that's what I actually get jacked up about. No joke. Okay. So I really want you guys to understand that email structure. Remember, it's like the lead in, right? You're going to have some emails that deal with the lead in. You're going to have your event. You're going to have your replay, which is like you're reinstating the event. And then you're going to have your closeout. Can I get a 1 for that's the first time anybody's ever heard that structure before? These are the power pillars for every single offer that you'll ever see. What I want you guys to do this weekend, this is a little to-do list that I didn't have earlier, but I want you guys to pay attention to this. Give me a 5 if you guys are on at least 3 other marketers' email lists. Like you're actually on their lists. I want you guys to pay attention. I want you to look at their emails and I want you to stop thinking about them. Number one, don't buy their thing because they're not promoting Chatmatic. You don't care about it. At this point, don't buy their thing, but read it. Go through their emails. See, does their subject line give you any reason to open it? And why did you open it? Okay, cool. Interesting. At least caught my attention. 2, find out, are they using our 3x3 structure, or at least analyze it and say, hey, the 3x3 structure is, it says that one of these is supposed to be content. One of these might be this. One of these might be sales letter, sales promotion. Is it a sales one? Or is he promoting a webinar? So he's using one of the 4 pillars. He's got his lead in. This is his lead in. And now I'm going to watch this email and I'm going to say, does he promote the event hard? Okay, he does. Does he promote the replay hard? Okay, I didn't see very many emails to the replay. Does he close this replay out? No. I would send that person an email and I would be like, look, I think that you're probably missing about 40 to 50% of your revenue by not having a proper email sequence. I think I can help you out. I want to do it for free to get some better experience. And I want to actually see the numbers. I'll just take a screenshot of how much money you make on the next one. You'll help him because the closeout is where most of the money comes in, right? So I really, really want you guys to do that this weekend. It's a little task. Just pay attention to how those emails are working. Are they promoting their own business? Are they promoting somebody else's? Are they an e-commerce business? What is their e-commerce email? Is it different every day? Is it the same every day? Is there any scarcity? Is there any urgency? Because now we know over the last couple of days, guys, just taking a look at some of my notes that I wrote down. Does this email increase my pleasure or decrease my pain? I want to find out one of those things. Is it one of the emails in the 3x3 system? Is it a content email, a pre-frame email, a sales email? Is it evicting any kind of emotion? Is there a story involved? If it's e-commerce, likely it's going to be logic or scarcity. Is there any scarcity? If I don't see any logic, I don't see any emotion or scarcity, probably not too many people are buying from that email because we know those are the 3 things that people buy. Do you guys trust me? Can I get a yes or no? Do you guys trust that what I'm telling you is actually real? Because if you do, you now have everything that you need from the confidence perspective to say that to somebody else. Hey, I was going through your email. I don't want to just butt in, but I did notice you were missing these 3 things. I'd be happy to help you out. Right? Marshall said one of my favorites, it's Kern. Haven't bought much of his stuff. Really good copy. He's got great copy, great books, great guy. He's a good dude to me so far. Although he did kind of blow us off. We were supposed to do a messenger campaign for him. And he ended up getting a really insane ROI, but then he just kind of blew us off and stopped listening to me. But whatever. So awesome. Great. I'm glad you guys are all on the same page with me. Cool. So now what I want to talk about is that idea of the replay and how that can factor in to all of your marketing. Okay. The ad that I just set up is an ad that is geared towards getting me new leads into my bot, right? Give me a 1 if you guys understand. That's the whole point. It will put people on day 1 and hopefully day 2 and day 3, right? We know that bot sequence, if you haven't gotten it yet, guys, it's $29.95. It's in the marketplace. Highly suggest going and grabbing it this weekend. You can change your links and have my exact type of system set up in a day or 2. But that's just going to be the lead-in process. So now I've got the event. My emails are going to push the event because I don't want to overdo Messenger. But at the same point, my bot sequence pushes the event, which actually it's a good time to share my screen. Hold on. Let me pull it up. So I get a little promotion of the event because it's actually in this sequence here, right? So we've got, if you notice, we've got, the day 1 notification, the day 2 notification, the day 3 notification. So that's me actually promoting the event. Now, after that, 22 hours after, I've got a bit of a replay, right? Which is actually, in this case, because it's my last message, it's really kind of a push towards both. It's sort of a closeout. It's also a little bit of a replay. You can see what I'm actually doing is recapping what a ride these last 3 days have been, from the basics all the way to starting and running an agency, At this point, you likely see the power in this. Well, for the next 3 days, you can jump in on their unlimited license account. So again, I'm kind of pushing that urgency. It's not a last day thing, but we know the rules in Messenger. If they don't click like a quick reply or type something, then after this message, which took 22 hours after the previous engagement, I can't send them anything unless I send it within the next 2 hours, because I have 24 hours to send them promotional material. So if I wanted to, I could have this message, have a quick reply that says, hey, did you watch all 3 days? I don't want to do that. That was a little overboard. This does take advantage of the full 24-hour window plus some in these other messages. But that's a really cool way of kind of getting through all 4 of those tiers. And you can actually see right here, this is one where basically is a great option. And this is one of the big differences. Like, one of the reasons that I can skip over the replay on this top versus the bottom is the question before. This is why Messenger is huge. It lets me sequence people based on what they need. So here's the thing. I said the replay is really important, right? You guys heard me say that. The reason I said that is because we don't want to make the assumption that everybody saw the event. In Messenger, I can ask them, did you see the stuff? If they say yes, I don't have to do the replay. Can I get a yes if you guys understand me on that? We don't have to do the replay because the replay is there to catch the people that I'm assuming didn't watch, right? And yes, you can still push the replay. If it's a webinar, you push the replay to everybody. But I'm just saying in this bot, it actually gives me the option to kind of be like, hey, did you see this before? No? Okay. And now if you notice, this I actually did unintentionally. When they say they haven't watched it, I give them all 3 days again. I give them all 3 days, all 3 replays essentially to get the information again. Then we delay 22 hours. Then I say, hey, look, you should get this unlimited license, man. You've only got a little bit of time. Now I link them right over to the order page. And that's it. Now we're done. But now that this is my lead in, this is my event, and it's my replay all in one sequence. Just put a 1 if you guys follow me on that. Like, it's 3 of the major pillars. Now, I could throw in a closeout in here, right? I could be like, this is it. This is the last day. But my window is 5 days, and my window here is only 24 hours, so it's a little different. But my email can do that. But here's the point of this message is it's really hard to get all of it done in one setting. The main point of this is my lead in. What's really important is after you've got the lead and you've gotten them to take some action, that replay can take place in multiple other areas. Great example would be a retargeting ad. Let's say somebody opts in to this page. If I have a Google Pixel on it, if they opt into my sales page, right? Day 1 of the training. If I have my Google Pixel on it, I can actually run a YouTube ad to them. It says, hey, I saw that you saw day 1. I hope you really enjoyed it. Make sure that you guys click the link below to go get day 2, right? That's me pushing the event and essentially the replay. In a multi-day series, the event and the replay very much get kind of melded together. But that's retargeting. That's getting them through the path again, reminding them again. We just talked about the fact that if I send somebody an email once, it doesn't mean that they're going to be able to take action on it. Some people need to be reminded multiple times, especially in the world that we're in that draws attention in a million different directions. So the more ads, retargeting ads you have, the better. So the good news is retargeting is really cheap because it's all based on the audience that you have, right? And you can retarget ads any period of time that you want. So up to 180 days. So let's say I get somebody who messages my fan page. They're in an audience, right? I know they're a Messenger subscriber of mine. So now what I do is I create an ad that runs on normal Facebook. It says, hey, by now you've probably seen the training. Click below. I've got one more free gift for you. This is really going to pull it all together, yada, yada. And I push them back to the ad, the offer. It only takes so many times of somebody seeing an offer before they end up buying it because they're like, I know this is right for my business. If it's not right for them, they're going to avoid your ad altogether. The retargeting won't make sense. But you guys see, we're helping them and forcing them through essentially following them around the internet. We're forcing them back into our sphere. Okay. Can I get a yes for everybody who understands that? Like, I'm forcing them in a consistent basis back into my tier so that whenever they are in that right frame of mind, they're back on my offer. They're back on my offer. They're back on my offer. Because what's going to happen is over time, they're going to be like, you know what? This guy, Gary, he keeps talking to me about this thing. And I saw it and it was really cool. I'm just going to check it out. They start to think about it outside of when you're marketing. They start talking about it outside of when you're marketing to them, right? So retargeting is incredibly important. So that is just creating audiences. And again, we go back to everything that we do in our business is audience targeted, audience related. Oh, I'm Travis. I'm working with a new client. Okay. What audiences do they have? Travis, I'm trying to start an affiliate business. Okay. What audience are you targeting? Because that dictates everything else that we do. What kind of lead magnet you're going to make, what kind of ad structure you're going to do, where you're going to advertise to them, how you're going to advertise to them. All of that is changed based on who you're advertising to. So if audience is the most important thing and you get a brand new client and you aren't looking at their existing audiences and finding out who their existing traffic is, you're crazy. Most of you guys are here because of one story that I told about retargeting when it comes to running ads for clients, which is all these people who are advertising on Google, but not retargeting to those visitors on Facebook. Give me a yes if you guys know that situation, that story. You can give me a no if you don't. I guess that doesn't make too much sense to only get yeses. It doesn't give you a fair understanding. There's a lot of people say no, so I'll just go over it really quickly. Essentially, there are businesses who are spending money to advertise on Google, but they don't have a Facebook pixel on their website, or they're not advertising on Facebook, which means they're paying Google to bring people to their website. A majority of those people leave and they're not doing anything to get them back. So here's what that means to me. If I go to Google right now and I type personal injury lawyer Kauai and I find somebody running an ad and I go to their website and I leave without opting into their funnel or calling them, and then I think 20 minutes from now, I really need to go. Now I go on Facebook and I said, does anybody know a personal injury lawyer? Blah, blah, blah. Now you got me thinking about personal injury lawyer more because you paid to get me on your website. I now know a little bit more about it. I'm almost ready. I'm coming down that funnel, that marketing funnel, but you're not marketing to me. So I go on Facebook and I ask, if you were smart, your ad would probably be next and say, hey, I saw that you were just on our website. I want to tell you a little bit more about what we offer our clients and how we can help you by giving you a free case review audit. If you were injured in an accident recently, we're going to tell you exactly what we think that you are owed. All you have to do, click the link below. We're going to take you through a quick questionnaire, and that's going to tell you everything that you need to know about working with us. Now, that personal injury lawyer, give me a 1 if you guys believe me, they're going to get more clients. And probably a significant amount more because we already know the audience. The audience is inherited because they Google searched. This person is paying for ads to get them there, right? How did he get to be first on Facebook? He's not first, but a lot of times when you do retargeting, you are going to be first because your budget's really high on retargeting. It's hard to explain, but let me just give it to you this way. Let's say you have a budget of $20 a day. If it's retargeting, it means it's only people who've been to your website. So let's say you're going to spend, you're telling Facebook, I will spend $20 a day to reach people who visit my website. Most websites aren't getting thousands of views a day. So let's say it's 1,000, right? That means that you're paying $20 to reach 1,000 people. Facebook knows, well, hey, not all 1,000 of these people are going to be on Facebook every day. So maybe only 500 log in that day, right? So they want you to spend your $20. So what they're going to do is when that person pops on to Facebook, if they just got into your new audience, they're going to try to spend your money immediately because they want to spend your money. Can I get a yes for everybody who understands that? That's how an algorithm works. Is like Facebook's like, hey, this person says they're running $20 a day. So you come in, you make a Facebook bot for them. Oh, but Travis, I don't know what kind of bot to make. Can I show you? Can I show you exactly what I would do? And I know I'm getting off topic because this is talking more about agency stuff, but I'll get back to it. But look at this. Workflows, create new, local business. Where is it? Restaurant, moving company. Oh, I don't even think we have it in here. The legal lead gen for tuition. Oh no, I'm definitely going to push that right now. Hold on one second. I have to push this to the front end. Is it free maybe? Oh, I can't believe I haven't pushed this one. Hold on. I'm pushing this bad boy ASAP. Hold on. All I gotta do is find it. It's gonna be fun. Oh, I don't know that I even pushed it to the. Oh, here, let me do this. It's in my one of my other pages, and I'm not in the right account for it. That's why I can't see it there. Let me just double check. Legal. No. What? Oh, case review. I think it was called case. Yep, free case review demo. Hold on. Wait a second. That's not the one. Case study, case review. I don't know where it was. I have one in a different account that shows my personal injury lawyer. That's what it is. Personal injury lawyer. Okay, hold on. Personal. Let's look. Here we go. This makes more sense. Add to the market. So literally for the next like 25 seconds, I'm pretty sure this is going to be where is it? Personal injury lawyer lead gen. Boom. Take a look. So now you're advertising on Facebook that says, hey, you were just here. All right. You were just on my lead. You were just on my landing page. I think there's something going on. $29. It was available in the marketplace the whole time. I just didn't look the right spot. It's under the general category. So instantly it goes, what I did was I went to a lawyer's website who's doing personal injury law. He had a questionnaire on his website that everybody has to answer. Think about how crazy this is. He had a questionnaire, and let's say somebody gets like through step right here. Did you have any medical bills? They answer that question, and then and on the questionnaire they stop. The lawyer doesn't have any of their information. Give me a yes if you understand that. That lawyer would have zero of their information because they didn't finish the form. In Messenger, they get all of their information as they're going through. So we can go back into Messenger and see, hey, they answered this. They just didn't give us their email, right? So even if you were using this to get cold traffic, you now have information, but now I'm retargeting to them with this campaign right here. And as they go through, boom, boom, boom. Now we can make this more advanced, right? You can actually put a condition in here. Chatmatic has a condition. If user clicks, yes, it did, but hasn't made it to this step, do this. So you can do some pretty cool stuff. But now we're actually going to collect an email. Then it pushes them to call the legal company. At that point, I could take this template, add a text message to it, right? I could actually add a text message. Let's do that. I want to buy it. Even I buy my own templates. Okay. I'm pretty sure I actually have it on this page, but let me just see. Here's what I would do, right? Go in here to edit, go to the last step in this funnel. So if you look here, we're as we go through with this stuff, we can actually save this to a field, right? So let's just say accident, right? So actually here, we'll do this one. I'm going to just do the first one, not all of them. Car accident. We're going to save it to a field called accident type. Save the value, car accident. So that means anytime somebody clicks car accident, it's going to save to their profile as car accident. Now we can do that same thing through here. When did it happen? Was it your fault, right? So let's go here. Let's save to field fault. And we're going to put my fault, right? Save changes. So now as we go through, I'm putting user attributes here, right? And Paige said, can you explain when and why we would use tag user? So you can tag the user for any reason that you might want internally, especially for like broadcasting afterwards. If you were going to broadcast to a specific segment of your list, you can do that with tags. So sometimes tags are just mostly used for that, but then also you can use them in conditions. So let's say somebody clicks 0 to 1,000, right? You might have a user attribute, hospital bills. Okay. And then you'll put up to 1,000, but I can now tag them as having hospital answer, right? And so what's now going to happen is when I get to the end, watch, I can get to the end and maybe I want to go here. I'll add a 1 hour delay and I'm going to add a condition, right? And that condition would be if the user, right, if they have the tag hospital answer, meaning they answered that question, then, send this. If they didn't answer that question, maybe I can actually resend that same question, right? So if they didn't answer it, I'm just going to resend that same question. So now it essentially prompts them to like, hey, you didn't answer that question. You should give me an answer. Give me a yes if you understand that. It's cool, right? Some people don't even know, man. You don't even know. But let me show you how much cooler it is. Now we're saving all that data about that person, right? As they go through this bot, we've got all this really cool information about that user. And we want to share that with the lawyer because we want him to know we're awesome and we're getting them a bunch of new leads. So watch this. As soon as they click email, I'm going to have this step. I'm going to have a delay of 1 minute, right? And then I'm going to send a text message to my lawyer friend. Maybe my lawyer friend's here, ready? His number is it's 1-808-345-3483. And it's going to say, hey, lawyer friend, you just got a new lead. Ready? And I can merge in the person's first name. I can merge in their last name. I can say accident type, right? And I go in here and I have accident type. So whatever they said their accident type was, I can send that directly over to my client, letting him know this is the information you have going on, right? And I'll also give him their email address. Boom. And maybe their phone. If they've given me the phone number, I definitely want to add that. Bingo. So now they go all the way through the bot and in real time, my client gets notified, hey, you just got another lead. So on his phone, he's sitting there. He's like, oh man, I wonder if this one's working. He's going to be like, oh, I just got a lead. And then 3 minutes later, I just got another lead. And then 7 minutes later, I just got another lead. He's going to hit you up and be like, yeah, hey, can you turn off the text message? I just don't need to know every time. Maybe you can email it to me. No problem. Now, whenever somebody submits their email, I'll have an automation connected to this email that says, hey, send this information over to Zapier, send him an email, and let's get going with that. So now I can send all that data through Zapier instead. Can I get an OMG for everybody who's being blown away at the possibilities of what you're going to be able to do with this stuff? I mean, and it's all happening. Think about this. You set it up one time and you get one lawyer to pay you $1,000 a month because you know exactly what I just showed you, right? Travis said, I went online. Guys, look how you think I'm playing. You think I'm playing. Look. Ready? Personal injury lawyer Hawaii. Watch. No joke. This is an ad. Recovery Law Center Hawaii. This is an ad. Give me a 1 if you understand. That's an ad. It says ad. He's paying for this, right? I click on it. I go over to the guy's website. Guess what? Right here, he's got a Facebook pixel. Okay. So that means he is tracking everybody who comes to his website. If I go down, it's Recovery Law Center. He doesn't have a link to his Facebook. Let's go to Facebook and let's look at Recovery Law Center. Guys, I just don't have a demand to get more clients right now. But if I did, I can get 5 in a week by doing this if Facebook decides to load. And I've already got the template. The template was $29 for the case review summary. right? Which is all information he's going to want, but I can customize it a little bit if he wants me to, right? So now I've already got the bot. All I've got to do is literally clone it into his fan page and run one simple ad that throws people into that bot. Now I go here and it was Recovery Law Center, Hawaii, right? Recovery Law Center, Hawaii. These are the personal injury lawyers that are number one on Google. So do me a favor, put a 2 if you understand. They are spending money to get people to their website. Okay. We already know they're doing that. That's not a guess. We know it. Now watch. I go down here to page transparency, see all. Look, guys, I can't make it any clearer than this. This page is not currently running ads. You were to talk to me about opportunity. I just randomly searched personal injury lawyer Hawaii, and he's paying more than everybody else. And he's getting people to his website. And look at this. If I don't click get a free case review and enter my name, email, phone number, and my message, he gets nothing ever again. What does he do? He turns me into a client for somebody else, because guess what? If I search again, let's go personal injury lawyer Kauai. Now I'm going to get even more specific, and he's not number 1, he's number 2. So guess what? When I go back to the number 1 result, it's somebody else. He lost business, but what he did do was get me closer to being that guy's client. And he paid for me to be on his website. But I could check that website. They're probably doing the same thing. But I could go to him and say, hey, look, I see that you're advertising on Google. That is a phenomenal thing. I'm a digital marketer, and I couldn't help but notice that you're not running ads on Facebook. That's what I do. I'd love to give you a free month. Let me show you what we do to send more leads into your business. If I don't get you more leads in 1 month, we'll shake hands as friends, but I guarantee we will. He says yes. Then after a month, we say, okay, no problem. It's just $1,000 a month. I'll keep managing it, and I'll keep updating the bots information, and I'll keep sending you all the leads. Anything else you'd like me to do? No? Okay, cool. So you mean you're going to pay me $1,000 a month and I don't have to do shit? Okay, cool. Just wanted to check that we're all on the same level, because he doesn't know how to make the bot. He doesn't know how to connect it to his page. He doesn't know how to run Facebook ads, or else he would be running them. He doesn't know how to do any of the stuff that you guys have learned how to do in 4 days. Angela said, does it cost you $1,000 to run his advertising? I'm talking about $1,000 a month for me being me, not for paying Facebook. He pays Facebook. That's his job. Maybe he pays $100 because he's only retargeting. He's only retargeting. In this case, I would probably ask for, look, you got to give me a budget of like, what's your budget on Google? Okay, you're spending $500 a month. Give me another $500. Let me try it for a month, because you've got a lot of traffic that you could be targeting, and I don't think that you're doing it yet. And again, you don't pay me for the first month, but if I don't get you a client, or you don't see the potential in this in the first month, we'll walk away as friends, but you will see it in a month. Now, there's a lot more that goes into this. Running an agency isn't as simple as it sounds on the surface all the time, which is why we have things like Pro Academy. Pay attention to that stuff on Tuesday. But it's this same method, because there's other ways to get clients. There's easier ways to get clients, but you guys just saw, all I would have to do is take this, add this onto his page, save changes, boom, save. I'm done. Done. And yes, at $1,000 a month, it's about $3,500. I actually did the math one time. I'm about $8,000 an hour personally on what I spend, on what I do for clients. And now get this, guys. Ready? You want to see? You want to make it even better? Put a dollar sign, because this is where we get really in depth. And I'm going to be covering this on day 5. Is sponsored messaging. Retargeting, we already know, is the most important part of this. And I want you guys to pay attention to a cycle. The cycle is this: build audience, drive leads through engagement with that audience, run ads to build your list, retarget to get sales, then build new audience. As somebody moves through your funnel, they become new audiences, right? So like the visitor who visits this website is, let's say he's about to be audience A, okay? He's an audience A. As soon as he opts in to our little Chatmatic template that we have right here, as soon as he opts in here, he should be in audience B. We should no longer be marketing the same funnel to him, because he's already gone through it. So as they take action, we're building new audiences, better audiences. But here's what's great. Now we run ads for him for 2 months. Guess how many subscribers he has? Let's say 500, 1,000. Now we go into Messenger, and guys, watch how simple, fast, and amazing this is. We go into Messenger and we say, okay, Mr. Lawyer Friend said that he wants to pop a big, big announcement. He's low on cases. He wants to pull some new cases in. So, all right, well, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to go here. I'm going to message every single subscriber that he has by going to messages, continue. I'm going to run one ad. It'll probably cost him about $4. And I say new ad set. And you look right here up at the top. It's going to ask you, do you want to click to messenger ad or do you want a sponsored message? I'm going to say, you know what? I want a sponsored message because that's how I actually get Facebook to allow me to broadcast whatever I want to my audience. Now I run one sponsored message. And again, we're going to cover this on Monday. Big announcement, guys. We're not having 5-day challenge tomorrow or Sunday. The webinar says tomorrow and Sunday. I'll be canceling those sessions today. Monday is day 5, just so you know. But if you look here, now I can be like, hey, first name, right? Hey, first name. Did you ever get an answer to your personal injury issue? Whatever they might say, okay? Now, here's what's really dope. Let's say here in Chatmatic, I go to him and I'm like, I want to build you a workflow real quick. So you create new, and this is going to be for anybody who responds, okay? So I'm going to say, oh, okay, great. We can help you out. Just tell me, what's your phone number? We'll have someone from our office reach out ASAP, okay? Now we're going to just prompt them for their phone number. Boom. Great. You'll be getting an answer shortly. Ready? In the meantime, click instant quote to get another instant quote about your injury. Okay? Watch. I go here. Instant quote. Send existing workflow. You guys probably didn't know this existed. I can actually trigger a completely different workflow to kick off. So you can see in here, and I think it was called personal injury something. LMNOP, personal injury lawyer lead gen, save changes. Bang. So now as soon as they click that, they're going to go back into the whole demo that I had already created, and they're going to give them a whole new workflow. Bingo. Ready? So I go to save. Watch. I got to give it a name. Personal injury sponsored message. Okay. Watch this. Travis, how do we get this message to trigger? Well, first we're going to go to triggers, and I'm going to make a keyword engagement. Personal injury sponsored message. Keyword engagement. I want to send the personal injury sponsored message, and the tag is going to be get more info. If anybody types the phrase get more info exactly into this customer's bot, it's going to trigger off that follow-up message. So now in the ads, I can prompt people to do that. Ready? Quick reply, get more info. So if anybody this is going to go directly to every one of his subscribers. And in the bottom, they're going to have a little button that shows up that says get more info. If they click it, bang, Chatmatic knows, send this workflow right here, because we just made a keyword engagement for that. And we opened up our 24-hour window. So we could make this even more advanced if we wanted to. We have 24 more hours to market to them. Guys, give me a $sign for how amazing this actually is. I mean, think about the possibilities of what we're even talking about here. If this doesn't freaking jack you up, I don't know what will. I really don't. I mean, in the last 20 minutes, I built 2 different campaigns for a personal injury lawyer, and I didn't even plan on doing it. And I made their ad. Look at how much time I get to save because I can reach people whenever I want. It's crazy, guys. Now, listen, retargeting is that big money, right? Retargeting is where the money's really at. You build these subscribers for yourself. You build these subscribers for anybody else. And now think about that same sponsored message You build your messenger list up to 1,000, 2,000 people. Now you can do a sponsored message that says, hey, did you hear Chatmatic open this up? Hey, did you hear GrooveFunnels is doing this? Click here to get it. And now you can open up a new 24-hour window with those people. And now you can promote whatever you want to those people as well. Okay. So that's crazy. We're calling it a day at this point. I know you guys are jacked. You guys are excited, ready to go, because I have a really good list of things that I want you guys to do. And I know that it's Friday on the East Coast. It's also Friday in Hawaii too, but it's Hawaii. It's late on the East Coast Friday. Appreciate you guys for being here. But I've got a to-do list for you guys. I want you by Monday to have a lead magnet. I'm going to do something for you guys. I'm going to be giving away a prize to somebody who brings one of these 3 things to Monday. Okay. You get to choose. I want you to build a lead magnet. Now, if you build it inside of a messenger demo, great. That's awesome. That you can bring it, get an m.me link for it and bring it in. Okay. So get your first affiliate ad live. That could be the same thing. You could either build a lead magnet that is an affiliate lead magnet, or get the campaign that we have live, whatever. Get an affiliate ad live. And again, seriously, guys, I'm like about to raise the price on this 3-day template to like $55, because that template's dynamite. The more I see it, the more I really do like it. So get it if you haven't yet. Or actively build an audience. I want you guys to choose one of these 3, either actively building an audience, which means posting content on your fan page, trying to share that into groups, talking to people in groups, whatever. Whoever can bring me the best of one of those 3, either a full lead magnet, maybe made in Messenger, or a PDF or whatever, your first affiliate ad, you can show me a link to it. Or if I see it in my feed, I'll screenshot it. Or you're actively building an audience. I want to see a screenshot on Monday of an audience that you posted a video and you're getting an audience on that video. Okay. I really want you guys to do one of these 3 things. That's why I'm kind of letting you guys out early, but also because it's Friday. And we covered a lot of really cool information, and you guys got to see some really next level stuff as far as getting clients and what you can do. But what I showed you for getting clients is the same thing you guys should be thinking about for yourself, for your affiliate business. It should be exactly the same thought process. It's like, oh, okay, cool. So when I get a lead, maybe somebody comes to my website, but they don't buy my thing. I could retarget to them in the Messenger and then messenger them back to my offer. Right. So I hope you guys really enjoy that. That's your guys' homework. Remember, Monday is the day 5. Monday and Tuesday are really big days. We really close this thing out on Tuesday. I'm really, really freaking stoked for Tuesday. That's going to be exciting. Monday, we're going to be closing down the 5-day challenge, but Tuesday, we're talking about what goes into our Pro Academy, which, if you guys like the idea of running an agency, to me, this is the no-brainer. This is absolutely the no-brainer. But that's it, guys. Yep. That's all we're doing for today. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Great weekend. I will be around, so I'll see you guys in the group. Don't shy away from posting in the group. If you guys have any experience, anything cool happening, whatever, throw it into our group. We'd love to talk to you guys about it. So